Andy Johnson, we are looking at reading instruction for students who are gifted and talented or meeting the needs of high ability readers. Now remember, the essence of good education is this: find students with outstanding talent, then design programs and services to develop their talent. But I would posit even greater. The purpose of education in general is to design programs, curriculum, lesson, and experience to enable all students to discover and develop their full potential. That is the purpose, in my humble opinion, of a school or school district. Now, an overview. Now, remember, giftedness manifests itself in a variety of ways and in different forms. It's not just all just smart kids. There are 5 areas of giftedness that we looked at: intellectual abilities, specific academic area, creativity, visual performing arts, and leaderships. Now, for this video, 2 terms are going to be used synonymously. High ability readers, that would be giftedness in a specific academic area, and or intellectually gifted students who happen to be reading. They're going to be used synonymously, so I use high ability readers here. Now, what is not effective and what is often done with our gifted students is to give them more of something to do or have them do it faster. In reading, we give them the old basal instruction, but we have them go faster at higher levels. The same thing, the same educational slop, just more of it and faster, and that is not meeting their needs. Now, the needs of high ability readers can be met by a curriculum that's differentiated, made different, to include 3 elements: choice, challenge, and complexity. And I would posit that all students need this. Now, there's 2 approaches to reading instruction that include these elements. There may be more, but these are 2 of the best, and they're described elsewhere. But the self-selected or reading workshop approach: students choose the book that they want to read, as well as the 4 blocks approach, and that's described elsewhere. But that has a component where the student gets to choose the book that he or she wants to read, so they can choose as complex or not complex as needed. And again, students choose their own reading material, and then with these, they use a reading log or journal to respond to the books. What about those very important reading skills? You say, oh, they're so important, we have to document. Remember this: reading is creating meaning with print. If students are able to create meaning with print, leave them the heck alone. Get them reading. Thus said, however, with our high ability readers, we do have to teach them how to read expository text. We call these study skill strategies. These should be taught to all students using direct and explicit instruction. Oftentimes, when students make the transition from high school to college, they have never been taught how to read an informational text, a textbook, and they are lost. Now, in the classrooms, we can find upper-level text for gifted readers to use and practice these strategies. Very easy to do. Another activity is tiered assignments for post-reading activity. All students read the same content, whether it's in a reading class, a social studies class, whatever. But then the post-reading activities, we have 2 or 3 at different levels of complexity. And tiered assignments is described elsewhere. But this enables all students to have access to important knowledge and skills, but they are challenged at the appropriate level of complexity or creativity. And again, tiered assignments, activities are described elsewhere. High ability readers need choice of high quality reading material, both expository and narrative. However, that just doesn't mean harder stuff to read. High quality is much more important than high level. Reading choice doesn't always have to be high reading grade level. When you and I go to a bookstore, we don't look for books that are just complex. We look for good stories. Remember, complexity is different from rigor. Gifted readers all readers, but especially gifted readers, they need conversation and social interaction around the stories or things that they read. So a teacher creates these activities, these opportunities for students to do that. Open-ended prompts and activities in a journal or other things where students can take that as far or not far as they want. And again, with our gifted readers, what is often not done, some direct instruction related to comprehension or study skill strategies is necessary when they make the transition, especially from high school to college. Teach them how to read a textbook. This has been just a quick overview on reading instruction for students who are gifted and talented.